Good morning. It's 9 o'clock thereabouts, November 11th, 2024. Happy Valentine's Day. And thank you for your service for all those who are qualified for that greeting. Did I say Valentine's? I think I said Valentine's. Veterans Day. Oh, gosh. Did I say that? I don't know. John Williams in chat says, Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans today. I'm not sure if I said that wrong or not. Probably did. I did. I pinned Ken Stout's message. This is weird because it did not show up on Baby Beast. Well, until I pinned it. Since I pinned it, it's there, but it did not show up natively on Baby Beast, but it did show up on Big Beast. I'm going to move the microphone. Okay, and looking at graphic equalizer, it says that my sound is good. Good morning, John Williams. Greg M. was watching Remembrance Day ceremonies from Ottawa. And what was Ken Stout's comment that's now pinned? It's 12:56 a.m. here in the Heartland, and I am first. By the way, I am still Groot. I am still a person who cannot use the English language properly. Got it. I do have a redirect set up for Ken Stout's premiere this morning. That will be about 57 minutes from now. Hello, Parker Morris. John Williams, Selden Ball, Mike Wojcik, Ran Israel, Jeff Ryman, Steve Mercure. Doug, you need more coffee, it appears. I guess that's a confirmation that I said it wrong. Watching Remembrance Day ceremonies from Ottawa. Alice, hello, Zvi Menor. It's just Monday here, he says. He's in Israel. So our Veterans Day recognition is not a thing there. Ran Israel to Zvi, not just Monday, the only Monday we'll have all week. That's true. That is a deep, profound observation, Ran Israel. Brian Lightfoot, for every action, there is an equal and opposite criticism. I didn't actually see the last word till the end. I thought it was just the straight normal saying. Alice's grandfather was an Army man. My dad was Navy. My oldest brother, Air Force. My nephew, Air Force. I think 2 nephews, Air Force. And there's some other more distant relatives. Brian, I didn't fight my way to the top of the food chain to be a vegetarian. Okay. I got a couple things to talk about just from this morning, things that happened just this morning. I didn't have to dig any deeper than that. Such is my life as an IT technician. See, why didn't that video come up to the top of everything else? It should when I use Alt-Tab to go to it. And it did not. It's hiding underneath here somewhere. Is it even doing that? What in the world? As my grandson would say, what the frick? See, if I show you this, if I do Alt-Tab, there's the media player right there. When I let go of the Alt key, it's not coming up. I'm going to try clicking on it. Still does not come up. What if I click on it down here? That came up. All right. Good enough. I'll let it go. Let's see what this was. Okay, this was a B-Link computer that I restored. Yeah, you can't see it from there. That's interesting. Why you cannot see it there? Because the camera's pointed wrong. Still can't see it. It's this B-Link over here. Oh no, I just accidentally pushed the power button. See these little computers, they're so small, you pick them up one-handed, the thumb's right there on the power button. I had a few issues with it this morning. This is a B-Link computer that I had restored an image backup to it. When I came to it this morning, I wanted to do some work on it, and I pressed the power button. The power light came on, but the monitor never came on. So I tried a different cable. I tried my capture cable. I tried holding the power button down to force power off.
Your updates timer is done.
Oh, yeah.
Your update.
Stop. Oh, that's interesting. I pushed the button. It's supposed to listen to me, but it just went off. Quiet. I guess pressing that wake button just acknowledges the alarm. The alarm was to remind you that tomorrow is Update Tuesday. So be prepared if you get calls with problems to suspect that. I'm going off on a squirrel right now. Now I forgot the squirrel. Oh, one of my clients that I connect remotely to 2 of their computers to do the updates. I did that on Friday, which was installing the updates for October. And then I defer updates for 5 weeks. Those 2 computers, we do not want them doing updates automatically. I've talked about them a couple times in the past. So anyway, that was just to remind you tomorrow's Update Tuesday. Now, get back to what I was doing with this computer. When I just pressed the power button, it would go off, the power light would go out, and then I'd turn it on again and it would not come up. Nothing would appear on the monitor. I'm thinking, oh no, are we gonna have to return this one? This computer was ordered by my client and shipped to me. So I have less flexibility with it. If I had ordered it and was going to charge them for it, then I can just use another one that I have in inventory. But I'm not doing that these days. I'm having my clients use their credit cards. And this one was actually on their Amazon account. So I'm thinking, oh geez, this one's defective. Really? Well, no, not really. And I just got distracted catching up on some chat messages that I didn't read out. So as I think, well, what else do I do to get this thing to wake up? I tried holding down the power button, then turn it on again. That didn't do it. Well, okay, unplug the power. So that's what I did. I unplugged the power. Then I held down the power button. I'm not sure if that's valid when a computer has a power brick, but I think there's still capacitors on the motherboard. So whatever. Held down the power button, plugged it back in, and it came on just fine. Then I noticed something that explains, well, maybe this is the problem. Because I had been theorizing in my head up to that point that I know that some computers that are not laptops have difficulty coming out of standby mode or sleep mode. And I wasn't sure at that moment whether I had turned this computer off or whether it had just automatically powered down. And so when I got it to turn on, I got my answer because I saw it installing updates. I go, oh yes, I think that's correct. Is that image backup that I restored? I think that image backup was made in the midst of Windows Update installations because I don't think it was actually connected to the internet. So anyway, I'm giving it a pass. I'm not condemning it at this point that the computer failed to turn on. I have yet to test all the ports because that's now part of my checklist on all these mini computers. And then another thing that happened with that computer this morning, and I have a video of that. So let's go here, bring this up. Windows not activated. And well, I started this video at this point. So Windows is not activated, but the bottom right corner, notice that it's the wireframe globe. I think I have audio here. Just unmuted it. That's the problem with unedited videos. So what I said here, maybe I already got wireframe globe in the bottom right corner. Now I have network. Okay, so I plugged in the Ethernet cable. There was a wireframe globe down here for a while, and then it went active just as soon as I plugged it in. Now then here's the next problem. And I had reported this previously, I think, because I had this happen when I installed one of these computers at a client's office. Oh, I'm just doing these buttons all kind of crazy wrong. Let's get past this again, back up to that error message. Here. I had this happen once before, this local bridge, configuration parser, error parsing, framework, config, machine.config. So I've been through this before. I now have it in my notes. I know exactly where to go to fix this. And then this was another message. I think, yeah, the title bar of this message is a little bit different. So I'll click OK on that. And then where am I going? Oh, I'm going to do a restart because I want to see if that activation issue is cleared up. And is this one, I see the updates? I'm not sure. Looking back at chat. Alice, I see your comments regarding grandfather Army man, fought in Korea. My dad was Navy in World War II. John Williams, nephew and 3 brothers are veterans. Jeff Ryman looked at the description in the video. I put in some more, some titles, proposed titles for this new series of videos. And he likes IT Pro Tells All. Thank you for chiming in on that. And if anybody wants to add other suggestions, I'll put them into the description of this series that we're currently in, called Fixing LWTdb, episode numbers. So now, yeah, I haven't done the fix yet for this, but this came up activated. So now in this video that I recorded this morning, no editing to it, as I'm maneuvering to that folder that's in this error message. This is a very quick, easy fix, but when I first ran into this trouble at a client's office, when I was actually installing one of these new computers at a user's desk, that's when I first discovered this and went through a bunch of methods trying to fix it, and then with a Google search, found the correct fix. So I'm maneuvering to the folder that's mentioned in the error message and going to that config folder, click on the config folder, then go find the machine.config. And you can either rename it or delete it. I'm really conservative about this, so I rename it as bad.machine.config. Then I put another bad at the end of this, change the extension, do a couple of clicks to authorize that change, and then go find the file called machine.config.default. Copy that. So I did a copy there with the right click and then paste it. And when you paste it, it'll assign a new name to it. Let's see, there's the copy operation happening. Go out to the empty space there and click paste and then continue. And then there's that copied or that pasted version of the file. So we got to change the name of it to machine.config, just backspace over all the rest of that stuff. And then a couple clicks to authorize that. Close that window, close the error message, and then restart and see if it comes up clean this time. Spoiler alert, it does come up clean. Alice said, thanks. Danielle Emberley, I missed the Royal Canadian Air Force show. Air Farce show? I'm going to assume that was a typo. And she did not mean that as a disrespect. Parker Morris, yesterday I fixed an issue with my Roku Express 3700X. Well done, congratulations. Feel free to tell us how you did it if you so choose. B.H. Ringer says good morning to me and everybody else. Rick Lakes. Kenny Whidden. Hello, Kenny. Greg M says, no, that is a real show. Oh, really? They call it the Royal Canadian Air Farce Show? That's okay. They got a sense of humor, or is that somebody else doing the show? Is that not the actual Air Force? Okay, so here this restarted without that error message. Ah, I see. B.H. Ringer, Royal Canadian Air Farce was a CBC comedy. Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, I'm going to guess. Greg M. also says it's a comedy show. Oh, what I'm doing there. Oh, here I was going in to check on, I went into the wrong place. I was going to check on to see whether there was any timeout set. And the spoiler alert, the answer is no. I went to the wrong place. Right click and then personalize. Then go into background. And then you can find your timeouts or lock screen, not background. Duh. Then here we see that it is already set to never. Never, never land. All right. In regards to Saturday's show, there were mistakes and errors, and it would have been really beneficial to have some functionality of StreamerBot and SpeakerBot. I will get that in place in a more limited fashion so that you can let me know when I'm doing something wrong. And I am working on an edited version of that video. It's not done. I fixed the issue by readjusting where the Roku was located on the TV stand because it was causing an image issue. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe just because of its Wi-Fi connection to your network. Not a typo. It was a great way to catch up on Canadian news with a little bit of satire. Awesome. Jason Maribel, hello there. We always give thanks to our veterans. Absolutely. On Dog asked, how do you think those errors were created? Was something part of a program not removed properly or some other explanation to where those errors came up? I'm intending to double check on this, Lawn Dog and others. I'm suspecting that a backup image that I restored, which is one particular state of backup image that I don't often use, I wanted to use that for this other client because this particular image has all of my out-of-box experience completed. It has my basic Windows 11 configuration settings that I like. It has all the Windows updates installed. And it has Microsoft Office 365 for Business installed, but not an activated license. So that's what I wanted to restore to this other client because it means with restoring that image, boom, I don't have to do all that stuff all over again. And that is a terrific shortcut to being able to configure new machines when it's for another office. But I think that image was caught midstream of a Windows update. So when I think when I click shutdown, I see a message that says installing updates. And then when I turn on again, after doing the restore, I see a message installing updates because I think I did a backup image after the shutdown with installing updates. So that means the updates weren't completely installed until it starts back up. But if I did an image there, that catches it midstream and then I'm restoring it to a different computer. I think that's got something to do with. So what I intend to do is now that I've cleared up that issue and I've done nothing else on this computer is do a backup image to a new backup image file that I will subsequently use, but I'm going to keep that original one that I suspect was the problem image so that if I choose to waste more time, I will restore that to a computer and see if it exhibits the same problem symptom. Seems like your fix makes it so the machine doesn't go and look for those files. No, that's not true. It goes and looks for that machine.config and it finds the correct one. The explanation when I did the Google search and found what was the problem was, it says that my machine.config file was corrupted. And so I just need to restore it to the default and it will work fine. I wonder what would have happened if you just sent them to the trash can. It is possible that it might regenerate that machine.config file. The machine.config file, then the other one was machine.config.default. So the default is essentially the backup. If you just delete the file, Windows might automatically take the .default file and put that in place. That's possible. Yes, Rand, I saw your comments from Saturday and I saw the other comments from Saturday. Yeah, I think it's going to be !C and P, but I think I'm going to simplify it even more than that, where it doesn't actually say read chat, please. All I need is a tone in my ear, a ding in my ear, and I'll configure it so that it reminds me every minute after hearing that. So, so it just simplifies it even more. I'm not sure if there's going to be any !D coming back, or if it does, it might be a pay to play. Or if you want to do a voice, you have to do a super chat to trigger it. I'm thinking, because I don't see that there's anything else in the generated voice things that I want to have come back, because it was just, oh, okay, let me give you an insight into Doug. This is a trigger point issue for me. Everybody has emotional drama from their past, and this is one that is really major for me. And it's just me. I know this doesn't bother some of the rest of you, but it is very frustrating to me when I get interrupted mid-sentence. Now, the reason for that is because that still happens to this day with my family. We'll be in a family conversation or Zoom session or whatever, and I'll be talking and one of my other brothers will just start talking while I'm talking. I had the same thing in my marriage. And every time somebody else starts talking, I can't help it. I stop talking. It's a reflex. And I have tried. I've seen other people, when they get interrupted, when somebody starts speaking while they're talking, they just continue talking and just ignore the interruption. And I've seen them do fine with it. It doesn't bother them at all. But for me, if I get interrupted mid-sentence, once or twice is okay in a particular setting. But when it keeps happening over and over and over. So I just figured, why have the !D at all? Because no matter how hard you try, if you try to catch me between sentences, there's the delay, the YouTube delay, the latency. You're still going to interrupt me mid-sentence. There's another possibility of putting those on pause and then unpausing them when I choose to, but it's something that just drives me bananas. I know many of you probably aren't bothered by that at all. I don't know. It's just one of my failings. 2024 is the 100th anniversary of Royal Canadian Air Force. So now you know more about Doug. Yeah, you could have lived without that. Aaron Gaming Development. I just realized how giant that case in the back is. What case is that? That is referred to as the Big Beast build. Now, when I'm sitting here, can you really tell how big that case is? I don't know. There, the length of my arm. It actually has two complete computers inside of it. One is called Big Beast Build and the other is called Baby Beast. So I have 3 monitors for Big Beast and I have 1 monitor for Baby Beast. It was built on by Kerry Holzman live on his show. I think it was about, I don't know, 5 or 7 episodes. Chris Garrett says that case took 2 people to move. I can move it myself, but I'm careful about how I do it. I can lift it myself, but I use my knees. Brian Lightfoot, me, Army Infantry. Army Camo over the big sand pile. I don't know what Camo means. Grandson, Army Cannon Cooker in Hawaii. Great grandson, probably future space cadet. Are you sure that's not what you call him now? I think it was caused by the wires that connect to the TV being pinched. So I was causing it to have the image. So I was causing it to have the image flicker, have the Wi-Fi disconnect. Then after I moved the Roku player to its new position, took a few times to reconnect to the network. John Williams, my oldest brother was in the Vietnam War and his son. So was my oldest brother. My nephew was in Iraq Freedom War, and my nephew was in the Pentagon during 9/11. Ah, wow. What is the logo on your company shirt? The black thread is hard to see. This was a experiment. I had one shirt printed. This is when I was deliberating over what the name of my channel would be, my YouTube channel. So Computer Age Training, the acronym for that is CAT. So this black embossed thread is a line image of a cat. There, I think you can make out the cat a little bit, impressionist of a cat? I'm not sure what to call it. So I wear it once in a while, but I did not choose to name my YouTube channel as Computer Age Training. That was when I was thinking about actually doing training courses. And then I tried creating training courses. Ugh, no, I do not want to do that work. All right, we're getting close to half an hour. On Dog, that's a great way to potentially resolve how that error occurred. And yes, it takes some effort, but you will confirm the repair. Do I really care about it? Now, I'm thinking I might publish a searchable video for that, but I'm just wondering how many people really encounter that problem. I did find it when I did Google searching. I'm undecided about that. As a general rule, and you kind of mentioned it, when you're going to make an image backup, you should have an operating system that is not in the middle of doing updates. Yep. More explanation about Big Beast Build. If you go to Kerry Holzman's channel and search Big Beast Build, I'll demonstrate how to do that. YouTube.com, and you can actually do / Kerry Holzman, no spaces, CareyHolzman. Press enter, that'll take you to his channel page. You don't have to use them. You don't have to use the @ symbol for his channel and my channel. But I think after a certain point in calendar time, after a certain date, when YouTube decided to really make those functional, I think you might, if a channel was created after that date, I think you have to use the @ sign. But to maintain compatibility with prior to that date, YouTube doesn't require it on Kerry's channel or my channel. Then when you go to live, click the magnifying glass and type Big Beast Build. There's some variation. Is that Ultimate Creator? There's some others in here. These are not all this computer. Oh, did I not? There's some other channels there, isn't there? No, those are all Kerry's. Those do not, that search did not show it. There's Big Beast. Oh, that's curious. Oh, I bet he unpublished some of his older live streams and made them only available to members. All right, maybe you cannot get to it anymore, but I am a member. I don't know what's going on there. Are they published as separate videos? Big Beast. Nah, I don't think that is this computer because that's not what it looks like on the front. I don't know. I don't know. I'll let go of that and move on. Yeah, pay to troll me. Yeah, you would have to pay if you want to troll. There appears to be an issue with YouTube Player on Roku, and that videos will not play in English due to YouTube auto voice translations. That's strange. YouTube Player on Roku, in that videos will not play in English due to YouTube auto voice translation. That's interesting. If you find an answer to that, come back and tell us about it. That is the issue with SpeakerBot, interruptions. Ran Israel can relate to interruptions. Doesn't look like a cat. Rick Late's not a fan of SpeakerBot. Okay, well, that's interesting. Trigger points are bad tech, like opting. I'm skimming through a little bit quicker now. No, it's not really a couple of individuals. I know your thoughts there, but no. Scanning through. Because I'm not going back to read chat messages after the show anymore, because that's part of this fixing LWTdb is take less time off camera. I was taking way too much time doing things that were not really contributing to building the show, building the audience. Roku player is working great now, except for the English part. I asked Carrie Holzman, Big Beast Bill got a couple responses, but there was one on target. You also came up. Oh, I came up. Carrie Holzman, let's try that on a Google search. Yeah, this one is where I was in his show. That's me there with the gray shirt to the right of my mouse pointer. And this one, those two look like the same show. This one is not. This one is not. So only one there. And then down here, Big Beast Build Part 8, final with special guests. So that's when I was there. Big Beast Build Part 4, Part 5. Yeah, so it looks like Part 8 is when I picked it up. So that's how you could find them. I think a Google search might show the video even, yeah, see, it's members only. But a Google search will get you there. So if you go to Google search to get this and you're not a member, you're still not going to be able to play it. Sorry. Carrie, if you happen to see this video, maybe you might want to make those 8 videos public, because I can refer, point people to them when they ask about the computer here, and that might bring people to Carrie's channel that aren't already there or aren't members. Of course, your decision on that, whatever you want to do. Using the video you made using similar words. I don't know what that's in reference to. I can't make the connection between that and what you're referring to. Here, Big Beast Build Part 1. See if that's marked. Yeah, see, that's marked members only. So he was able to put that link into chat, but people who aren't members aren't going to be able to watch it. Yep. So that's it. We'll let it go. If you got a question you'd like to send to me by email, I will address it on stream. And there's the email address at the bottom of the screen for you to be able to do that. All right. And let's give you a Porky Pig.
Everything